gameplay has world premiere footage of Bethesda's new shooter, Brink, and Halo 3 ODST pro tips from T-Squared.
Plus, we review Tony Hawk Ride. Could this be the end of overpriced plastic peripherals? X-Play starts now.
Hello and welcome to X-Play, TV's most watched video game show. Duh, whatever. I'm working well.
And I'm Adam Sessler. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Coming up, we are going to review Tony Hawk Ride. Watch as one of gaming's biggest franchises jumps the tracks, derails, and then ejects bodies as it cartwheels into oblivion. It's that good.
Yes, the shark jumped it. Plus, we've got an exclusive look at Brink, the new shooter from the people who brought you Quake Wars and Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. And stay tuned, because we're going to have world premiere gameplay all week long on X-Play.
Then, Pro Gamer T-Squared shows you how to be a team player. Hello, in Halo 3 ODST firefight mode. Not dying, that'd be a good start.
Yes, that's a good tip.
Yes.
And for all the news that's about guilds, raids, and buffs, we've got a new installment of the MMO Report.
But first, it is time to ruin a franchise.
After lackluster sales and the success of EA's Skate, Activision decided to take the Tony Hawk series back to the drawing board.
Yeah, a few years later, we get a $120 plastic skateboard.
Here's a review of Tony Hawk Ride.
Tony Hawk Ride may go down in history as the game that finally ended the motion control craze. The game's developers have taken a cue from the Wii Balance Board and packed in a wireless skateboard controller. The peripheral is solid and durable, but there's just one problem. The game is an enormous piece of crap.
Now get in there, let's do it.
To help us demonstrate, we've invited X-Play's #1 fan, Gamertag, to... what are you wearing?
Hey, Morgan, it's great to be here. I'm dressed up like Christian Slater from Gleaming the Cubes, and I'm getting ready to gleam my own cubes on Tony Hawk's Ride.
That's, really precious.
Look at me, skating the Tony Hawk way. Awesome.
Anyway, as you'll quickly find, the controls in Tony Hawk Ride are largely broken. You lift your nose to ollie and slide your foot alongside the board to push.
Now that you know how to stand on the board and push, it's time to start the fun.
Actually, Tony, the fun never really starts.
Grinds! Grinding objects is a blast.
Yeah, not really. Manuals are surprisingly satisfying to pull off, but as you might expect, many of your movements don't register on time.
There's kind of a delay when I do everything, especially when I'm skating.
Yeah, and even when it works right, the game never really feels like skateboarding. On easy mode, you don't even steer the board. It's like the skateboarding equivalent of an on-rail shooter.
Let me ask you this, should I be experiencing a burning sensation in my shins?
Not unless your lower legs had sex with a meth-addicted prostitute. The repetitive nature of Ride is just another reason the game should be buried 6 feet under the earth and never be heard from again.
Maybe I could just use the controller?
Unfortunately, the answer is no. The gameplay has been built around the busted peripheral, so the open-world elements of previous games are gone. There is absolutely no scenario under which Tony Hawk Ride would provide even the slightest hint of pleasure.
Well, what if I actually take it outside and skateboard with it?
Well, we paid $120 for it, but there's nothing you could do to make it more broken. Do you want to have a skateboarding montage set to terrible punk music?
Morgan, it's my destiny.
On one level, we have to admire Tony Hawk Ride for its Hail Mary pass attempt at revitalizing the franchise, but the laggy motion controls, unresponsive steering, and repetitive gameplay make this a 1
This is a true Cinderella story.
out of 5.
See you at the next cube we're gonna glean.
Gamertag is remarkably resilient.
Yes, and he's one of 2 people that remembers that movie. I am the other.
All right, long gone are the days of weird peripherals off my side. Like Rob the robot on the Power Glove.
Oh, Rob the robot.
Yeah.
Remember it would be like Dry Might, be like, And of course we can't forget Seaman because
Project Seaman.
It had the microphone.
Yeah, the microphone.
The big blue. It was like a balloon. It was like, oh, that's so friendly. I'll talk to you.
yeah, and then you
he would
realize it was
insult
a fish
you.
with a head on it.
Yeah,
That's
and then the
weird.
fish dies.
Super weird. So here we have the peripheral right here, right? Tony Hawk Ride, obviously we just saw the review of it now. Like you said, it is a very solid peripheral. Unfortunately, the only thing you're really going to use it for is to dig a hole in your backyard and bury all the copies of that crappy-ass game.
Well, it's kind of fun to like put on the floor and play with for like a second, and then.
I mean, the idea.
Literally a second.
Yeah, like no, I had fun with it for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but was that worth $120?
We don't think so.
I don't think so. Plus, you kind of get the impression that you're going to kill yourself. Also, if I feel like if I were closer to if I were like 10 and I were closer to the board, it'd be easier to pull off the tricks. But
It's also, well, the bending is the issue for me. It's one of those where, like, the idea was there, the peripheral, it senses the motion, but there was no game built around it, and it's kind of you're kind of front-loading the expectations. People don't just want to buy the board.
Right.
They're buying the board because there's supposed to be this game that justifies the purchase that's well in excess of what you pay for a normal video game.
yeah, it's supposed to be an experience. Like you're really feeling like maybe you're going to skate. Whereas instead you feel like eventually you're going to fall into your flat screen TV and break it.
And you guys think that a way of them to kind of get around the fact that people are so disappointed with this is that they've already announced that they're going to be doing a snowboarding and a surfing franchise with this? Like, why would you announce something that quickly when the game, especially overseas, when the game hasn't even shipped overseas?
Yeah, I think that might have been somebody jumping the gun. I know that there clearly were ambitions to use this for other things, but it seems right now that sales of Tony Hawk Ride are not significant enough. Maybe there is some reconsideration out there. They don't have an install base they have to really support too much of at the moment.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about the Guitar Hero and Rock Band peripherals. They are great. Not really evolving.
Good.
At all.
No? No, do you think they're going to improve in the future? I think
No,
it's
because people bought them. That's why they work. People bought them 4 years ago, and they just get new software so they can utilize it. I mean, that's the whole thing, is that when you try to introduce a new hunky thing that has to find room in your closet and cost so much more money.
Right.
But if you buy it and it works and it's an investment, then yay.
Well, it's also sort of a tough sell to your girlfriend. It's like, oh, we need all new Rock Band instruments. And she's like, what's wrong with the ones that we have in the closet?
Right.
And it's like, if you can't explain it to her, then
She doesn't want it in the living room.
you're not getting it in the living room.
And I think the appeal of it, too, is that they're so accessible. When we talk about evolution of something, typically when something evolves, it becomes a little more complicated. And what we saw with, like, the DJ Hero console, for instance, is that, it's a little more complicated than the Guitar Hero stuff, and suddenly we don't know how to use it, and it's not as fun to play.
Yeah,
Right.
and, you know, and a big thing with DJ Hero is, once again, it's the right idea, but because we're so used to Guitar Hero and Rock Band working so well, you're really having to convince people, like, you have to get them the first time out, because it didn't really work perfectly. It's going to be hard for, say, a second iteration that probably has every hope of being far superior. You may have already lost all that, you know, that pull with your potential audience.
I think the next thing we might see with the Guitar Hero potentially is like maybe it'll just work with your TV, cut the console makers entirely out of the equation.
Yeah, because there are these kind of gray market weirdos, the stuff you can find like in the back end of a Walmart.
Yeah.
People are already trying to go in that direction. I cannot tell you how many people I know for Rock Band Beatles that were over the age of 50.
Yeah.
They really wanted to play it and did not realize that there's this $300 thing you have to get in between your guitar
And then you have to set
the
it up and
television.
everything. It's like, so if they can just do it, then more people get into it, and that's fantastic.
But I mean, really, I think what it comes down to is Guitar Hero works initially because it's so easy to understand, and obviously it worked well the first time out.
And
So only have
everybody
minor
wants to play
tweaks going
guitar.
forward.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yep.
Now, coming up on the show, you do not want to miss the world premiere of Bethesda's Brink, the new shooter that lets you run, shoot, and vault tables like a champ. Plus, we've got some X-Play comedy on the way, and you could say it's one of our finer moments. Then Pro Gamer T-Squared shows you how to be a team player when playing Firefight mode in Halo 3 ODST. And we're going to have all the massively multiplayer news you can handle in an all-new MMO report. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. If there's one thing that hasn't changed since this show started, it's our viewers.
And for evidence of this, look no further than the X-Play message boards.
Really, not much has changed in our online forums since we originally aired this often requested X-Play Classic.
Morgan, are you there? Do you like my game? Do you even care? Adam Morgan, are you my friend? I'll stay with you until the bitter end.
2 out of 5? What the f...
Yeah, but that's not a word. That's not a sentence. Morgan, look what they're saying about us on the message boards.
We have message boards?
Adam is from Mars and Morgan is from Venus.
I love to write you messages with my tiny penis.
I have a spirit pal, you could put him on your show. Is it love or hate I have for you? I'll have to let you know. On the X-Play board.
You better like my game!
On the X-Play board, it's my closest thing to fame. On the X-Play board.
I don't want to hear it.
On the X-Play boards, don't even take me near it. I'm my favorite character you couldn't understand.
Solid Snake's a roadmap on my way to be a man! RPGs and hockey games, volleyball and cricket.
If Webb and Cess don't get it, then they can
suck it.
On the X-Play board.
Why won't you freaking listen?
To the X-Play board. To my badly spelled dissing. On the X-Play board.
You don't have any feelings.
On the X-Play boards. For my brilliant whining squealing.
X-Play? More like X-Duty.
The show's like so stupid.
Why do you rate games with only 5s? 10s would be way better because it's like twice as bigger.
You better stop hating on Full Metal Alchemist.
Man, you guys don't even know games. I should totally be the host, you morons. P.S. Morgan Webb is pretty.
On the X-Play boards, Morgan's not a gamer. On the X-Play boards.
Adam is a lamer.
On the X-Play boards.
I don't want to hear it.
On the X-Play boards.
Don't even take me near it.
Love you. I hate you. I 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 love you. I hate you. On the X-Play boards. You better like my game. On the X-Play boards. My closest thing to fame. On the X-Play board. I don't want to hear it. On the X-Play board. Don't even take me near it.
Adam's breath smells like crusty toe jam.
Do you guys play Halo 2 on Xbox Live? Yo, man, what's your game tag?
The only thing thinner than Adam's hair is his wit.
It's not that bad.
Does Morgan really play games?
Yes, I'm a gamer already.
Inuyasha is so deep and intricate, you don't even know.
You guys hella rock for reals. You're the best show on TV.
What do you mean it's the best show on television? Oh. Thank you.
I love Adam and Morgan.
That's it. That's a wrap.
We don't have hypodermics like we used to on the show. Since Bill Moyers is too busy worrying about important news like Afghanistan, he never gets around to covering the things that we really care about, like what's going on with massively multiplayer games. But that's okay, because we've got born-again carnivore Casey Schreiner with a new edition of the MMO Report.
Thanks, Adam. News about Guild Wars 2 has been slow going, but according to a post on joystick.com, some new details may have been revealed. During a recent investors conference call, NCSoft CEO Jae-Ho Lee was discussing the highly anticipated sequel when he said, quote, "I believe there will be certain public events in the year 2010, at least a closed beta test for those titles. Commercialization will be expected at this point probably sometime in the year 2011, unquote. So mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen, and in the meantime, I'll see you on the battle aisles. Funcom is doing their best to convince you to give Age of Conan another try. The Norwegian developer is offering early access to the beta test for The Secret World, which all subscriptions of 3 months or longer will include. Buying the 6-month plan will get you a beta code and an XP-boosting helmet, and prepaying for a year will include the beta code, the helmet, and the upcoming expansion Rise of the Godslayer free of charge. Something's got to be off if the biggest selling point on your current game is beta access to your next one. Don't believe the hype. Max Schaefer, co-founder of Runic Games, who recently released the wonderfully Diablo-esque Torchlight, revealed in a recent interview with PCGames.de that his company plans to expand the Torchlight universe into a free-to-play MMORPG. Schaefer stated that the game will not skimp on features just because there's no monthly fee, and will include, quote, a lot of customization, an overworld, random and instance dungeons, PvP, and much more, unquote. Watch your back, Blizzard. For even more happenings in the world of MMOs and a brand new full episode of the MMO Report premiering every Thursday, check out g4tv.com/MMO. But since I just respawned as a spitter, I'm going to send you back over to Morgan in the X-Play studios.
Thanks, Casey. All right, this December, G4 tests the limits of human endurance for American Ninja Warrior. In the interest of science, as well as wanting to see people eat on the jump hang, G4 sent 10 brave Americans to take on the infamous Ninja Warrior course on Mount Midoriyama. Don't miss American Ninja Warrior, December 12th, of course, only on G4. Go to the only g4tv.com/American Ninja to see who made the cut. I wonder if it was Blair.
I was there, but I did not run the course for a reason. After the break, we've got an X-Play world premiere, new gameplay of Brink, the lightning-fast shooter from Splash Damage and Bethesda, plus Halo 3 ODST tips from the guy who's so good they put him on a soda bottle, Pro Gamer T Squared. We'll be right back. Welcome back to X-Play. Firefight matches in Halo 3 ODST, that's what we call in the industry, can literally last for hours. Scoring 200,000 points for achievements is no easy task, so go in with a game plan and follow the advice of Pro Gamer T Squared.
What's up, everybody? T Squared here. I've got the Halo 3 tips that'll have you bragging like a pro. Firefight gets a little hairy, and a lot of people panic. Here's a few things you should remember, even when a chieftain's about to molest you. It seems like common sense, but I see a lot of people wandering off by themselves and frolicking around the map. This is a no-no. Stick within helping distance of your teammates at all times. You're not Rambo, bro. Conserving ammo is imperative. Don't waste your power weapons. And if you see a good gun laying on the ground, bring it back to the family. We'll send the Covenant a thank you card later. Now this next tip, I don't necessarily have a lot of experience with, so bear with me. Well, I heard if you die, you should fly the spectator camera around and help your teammates. You know, call enemy positions, where the grenades are coming from. Be useful. Maybe they'll forgive you. Psst, this is also a good time to practice your photo shoot for Bungie favorites. I'm just saying, just saying.
Now imagine if you took the free running in Mirror's Edge and mashed it with a game whose gunplay didn't suck, and then you get Brink. The fast-paced shooter is due out next year, and here's an exclusive look of how it all works. Brink is a new first-person shooter from Splash Damage, the team that brought you Wolfenstein Enemy Territory and Quake Wars. It may not look all that different from those games at first glance, but Brink has a lot going on that makes it a title to watch in early 2010, even among the minefield of AAA sequels. The story focuses on a dying Earth whose one remaining resource is a floating city called the Ark. Built to handle a population of 5,000, the Ark is now being fought over by 50,000 potential residents, and the conflict has brought the desperate world to the brink of civil war. A fine backdrop for gun-happy mayhem, but what, you may ask, is the hook here? Brink is all about mobility and ease of control on the fly. You can mantle and slide with the agility of Fate from Mirror's Edge, but Brink's control scheme is designed to make free running far more fluid than any other first-person game yet. The key to it is a system called Smooth Movement Across Random Terrain, or SMART. Just hold the SMART button to tell the game you want to hop over an obstacle. The versatility of the SMART button comes into play when you have multiple obstacle surmounting options. Say you want to hop over an object instead of running through it, hold SMART, look up, and you'll mantle over it. Conversely, look down and you'll do a home run slide under it. The end result is the elimination of the stop-and-go obstacle navigation that can plague standard shooters. In addition to the user-friendly agility system, character customization is a major emphasis. All these intimidating sirs are player characters, here to demonstrate how drastically you can personalize your Brink warrior. Brink is set for release in fall 2010, but X-Play will have more on it very, very soon.
Coming up on X-Play, we'll continue our exclusive look at Splash Damage's Brink and reveal what's in store for the shooter's intense online multiplayer. Plus, we'll have a preview of Bayonetta, the absolutely ridiculous, completely over-the-top, totally insane new action game from the creator of Devil May Cry. Then we'll talk baseball and video games with Rookie of the Year and MLB 2K10 cover athlete Evan Longoria. And we'll preview Mod Nation Racers, the completely customizable racing game coming soon to the PlayStation 3. All that and more, don't miss it.
Plus, a terrifying look at the X-Play inbox.
It is a little scary.
It's like the message boards, but considerably more emphatic.
Right.
Yet sometimes more confused as well.
Yes, because people can send as many as they want and not be ridiculed by it like they would be on the message boards if they just spammed the message boards.
And they complain about reviews from 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's true. Thanks for watching.